we're going to start off with a great quote. What's the quote of the day? Did you read something good? What was motivational to you?
Opportunities don't happen, you create them.
Ooh, you create them. So basically, any opportunity we want, we got to go out there and get it.
You can create it. Yes, you can.
Now, does it limit our opportunities, or is it to a specific opportunity?
In the words of Abraham Hicks, you are what you say you are. If you say that you're rich, one day you may be. If you say that you're poor, more than likely you will be. So today we want you guys to think not only about who you are, what you are, but what opportunities are you creating for yourself? What is your driving force? I don't even like Mondays, but I get up every day because I know that I'm going to help somebody, and my words of wisdom is going to bring it out of people. What's yours?
I live by one motto: treat others how you want to be treated. If I want to be treated respectful, I'll treat them respectful. If I want to make an opportunity, I'll make the opportunity by being respectful about it. But still, it's about going and getting it, having your goal, and having the motivation and drive to do it. Don't be lazy or procrastinate. You have to do it. But that's what we're here for today. We're going to pick you up, get your mind right, get your soul right, and we're going to go and help you get today going. It's Monday. We hate it. We know you hate it. So let's enjoy it together. So also today, we want to really talk about relationships, entanglements, motivations, and how that can affect your life, as in your employer, your social life, your sex life, as well as your emotional and mental state of mind.
Today's topic is going to be couples in crisis. And even if you're not a couple, you may have some type of crisis going on, whether it be with your family member, your job, just your bills, the pandemic. Whatever is going on, we're here to help give you a little pick-me-up and a couple laughs, but we don't want to stray away from our serious listeners and viewers. We want everyone to have a chance to speak on this podcast and let your views be heard. So today, what's the topic?
Well, what I was going to say, entanglements, this seems to be the broadest spectrum everywhere right now, and it's everywhere. Everyone's talking about it. I feel like it's also the female word for cheating, but then you also look at it as men cheating. Now, do you think there's a difference between entanglement and cheating?
Entanglement is just the nice way of
Or is it payment?
entanglement is just a nice way of not hurting your man's feelings when he's not doing his job. Now, I want to do a side note. I want to do a little side note because you do have some men who do their jobs, but we all know it's some people in the world who just like to stray, and they can go for male and female. But entanglement is just a nice way of saying I cheated on you and I don't want to hurt your feelings, so let's call a spade a spade. It's entanglement.
It's fair. That's fair. You have to call a spade a spade. That
Do
is
you
fair.
call it payback?
Depending on the situation.
Now, as far as Will and Jada.
Will and Jada, well, for years they've had an open relationship. So that might have been something that they've worked out in their own personal life through their marriage. Because how long have they been married now?
23 or 24 years?
24 years, 23 years. So that's a long time to be dedicated to somebody and keep the marriage alive. And there's kids. Now, does that mean that Will doesn't have any entanglements also?
I believe he has an entanglement. Just his entanglements know how to keep their mouth shut.
You think they're paid pretty well?
You know the definition of a kept woman?
Which one?
A kept woman will do anything and will keep quiet if you treat her right. Now, it's Motivational Monday, so I'm not going to curse as much, but I will say, a bitch. I can say a bitch. You know, you mess up her money because you want to be all entangled, or you might have a side chick who can't keep her household. She's not paid well. She's not paid well unless feelings popped up.
Well,
She could be, her feelings could be, you know, valid, and she could start to catch feelings, and she could be paid well, and she just wants to mess with your spot.
That is true. We've all seen the videos on YouTube of exes or men getting married, having side pieces, and they're coming in breaking up the whole wedding, being crazy.
And females.
But here's the thing. My question is, it's an open relationship. So can it be even considered an entanglement? Because it's an open relationship. They know what each other are doing because they agreed to it, and that's what they planned.
And Jada has said it in many, many clips. She said it in many clips. She's like, I told her, I don't care what you do. As long as it does not ruin what we got here, it don't matter. But she broke
Was
her
she
own
pregnant?
rule. No.
At the time, is that why she meant when we got here?
No.
Meaning the child, or just the relationship in general?
She said it. She even said it on Oprah. Shout out to Oprah. I used to watch you all the time with my grandma.
Yo, girl.
Yes, girl. I loved all your hair and wigs. So, Jada even said it. She said, whatever he does, he can do, but don't let it get you emotional. Because a lot of people say, even men say it all the time, sex is sex. But with women, it can become emotional. And that's the thing that Jada did not realize she did. She broke her own rule when she got into this entanglement with August. And guess what? His feelings got hurt. His feelings got wrapped up, not hers. She been playing her game for 20-something years. She already know what to do and what not to do. August never played this game before, so I don't like that.
Well, a lot of people are saying August looked soft. He looked like the weaker man. But at the same time, it's August. You don't have anybody yourself.
Think about it like this. He had a very bad background. He did not have a mother figure. So when you get a woman that is like a mother figure and she's throwing you that pussy.
Who is a mother? She is a mother.
Well, she is a mother, but she was like his mother figure. And she throwing him that ass. You mean to tell me?
Miss Jada P.
Even if it wasn't her. Like, I know plenty of guys out there
I
that
take
actually
Nia Long. I take Nia Long. But we could debate
Nia
about
Long
that
look like
another
she
day.
don't play that shit. She look like she don't play that shit.
She won't have to play that stuff. She had me. Goodness. Goodness.
Nia Long can shoot in the shot, girl.
Nope.
They want to give him a call. Pancho.
Not as good as Curry, but I'll make that shot. It's all good. So, on a man's perspective, well, I wouldn't say not a man's perspective, I'm going to say my perspective.
But you are a man.
I
So
am a man.
I'm a list.
I'm going to genderify myself as a man. Yes, I am. So, basically, I believe if it's an open relationship, and you said don't keep it emotional, maybe you need to check who you're messing with to make sure they're not keeping it emotional. But I've never been in an open relationship or experienced that. So I don't know the understandings or true nature of it. I'm typical, date one girl, be with her until she takes all my money and leaves me, and then that's it. So, I mean,
Don't tell people that. Don't tell people that. Then they're going to say, like, oh, God, we going to
it's okay. There's a couple of us left. But I believe, do you think if social media, for instance, Twitter, Instagram, those things were around, we should have been attracted to all this?
I'm going to tell you like this. I said it on Ratchet Friday, and I firmly believe this. People don't know how to mind. I'm not going to say it as ratchet as I did on Friday, but people don't know how to mind their business anymore. And social media does make it hard. Like, think about it. Not only are they celebrities, they're celebrities. Then they are still humans at the end of the day. They're still in a committed relationship to one another. But when you have all these outside opinions and all this other stuff, people in your ear, and you don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We just see what's put in front of us. I do think social media makes it hard, and I also think it's kind of sad how this new generation, they just do not appreciate life. They don't appreciate privacy. They don't appreciate marriage. Before all this social media blew up, everything was word of mouth. Word of mouth, where you had to get it from the radio station to hear them say it. You might hear somebody spilling a tad bit of secrets, like, oh, somebody was caught in the bathroom.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. But you never hear people glorifying cheating. And it's just like, even if it is an open secret, people were doing this in the 80s, 90s, 70s, 50s, 60s, 40s, whatever. They've been doing cheating for a long time. It's just how you handle handle it. I just think that the pressure of being in the spotlight makes it harder.
So do you think it will go into the nature of assessing yourself, making sure you're right before you go into a relationship?
Yes, but I'm not sure if you've seen the clip with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. They gave Ash and Steph Curry advice, and she said, "You need to be a hoe girl. You need to sleep with as many people." She's like, "How old are you? And you're getting married? You need to be a whore." And I'm just thinking in the background, she didn't say a whore precisely.
She said be more sexually active.
Yeah, just other people, and I like the fact that they were looking at her like, no, I just want to be with this person. But it's crazy.
Be who you want to be. You don't have to sleep with anybody. Do anything.
But it's crazy because Gabrielle Union was actually making jokes about it. She said, "I was a whore in 1998. I was a thot in 1998." And I'm just sitting there like, okay, that worked for you, but if a person is already one track minded and they know who they want to be with, social media can't break you up. Gabrielle and Dwayne Wade have been together for years, and Steph and Ash, they was not for the shit.
And don't be playing those stupid pranks, the fake entanglements of saying someone's laying in bed with you, and then you videotaping your girl beating you up for no because you want to play a prank. That is so stupid.
That's childish.
That is very childish. Just to get some likes. Come on now.
That's something.
That you're messing with somebody's emotion. You don't know what their state. You're supposed to be the
that
person.
Is emotional abuse.
It is. It's horrible. You might think it's a joke, but it hurts them. Then they'll think about that for as long as they want.
It's emotional abuse. To play with somebody's emotion, even if you're not entangled, but people get cheated on and used every day. It's just that Jada Pinkett Smith made that word popular. Like I said, Will and Jada, they are adults. If they, and the old school word, if they love it, shit, I like it. If they like it, I love it.
Yep.
I'm not going to sit here and debate them, but I am going to debate how social media is handling it, how it just blew up. Even August Alsina made a song called Entanglement. And it's just like, now it's making me, me wonder, like, I'm all for them on benefit from your pain. If you really was heartbroken and crushed, and then you say you were going broke, I ain't gonna lie, make money, eat this shit up.
Right, Carrie made $170 million off hers.
There you go.
Make yours, dog.
Right. So who's to say? Yes, we have to ask. I had it hit me, but this time I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. Because everyone knows if you look into entanglements and all these type of things, that's how a lot of people end up on Snap, practically money.
Yep.
Keep playing with a girl, make a bitch go crazy.
It should be what you want to do with yourself. Please take a moment to at least think about what you want, what you're looking for in your life. Pursue that. Remember, opportunities don't happen. You create them. So don't create the entanglement opportunity. Create the yourself opportunity. Make yourself right first, so that when you decide to settle down with the next person, you are ready for them and they can be ready for you and you grow.
Exactly.
It doesn't seem like anything's sacred. A relationship's not sacred. When you date somebody, it's you and 15 other million people on Facebook, Instagram, and everything
But
else.
I have a question. But do you think that also goes not only with the society that we live in, from everything, the way how this world is ran? I love the United States. I am an American citizen. But the thing with us though, everything is do what you want. Do what you want. Screw who you want. Take his money and go.
Free will.
I hate to say this, but it's too much free will. When is enough enough? Like, how many people have been hurt? And granted, we all have our first little puppy loves that break our heart and we look ugly when we cry and shit. We all have
Still
that.
look ugly after.
We all have that. We all have the moments. But when you reach that point and you get married and you take those vows that are sacred. Sacred.
Do you break them? Like for instance now, divorces have been on the rise since people have been home. Why? So you mean tell me you marry somebody and now you gotta survive with them every day, you can't do it, you want a divorce?
That's our next topic. It's coming up, after the break, and then we're gonna come back and discuss couples in crisis. Couples in crisis. See, all this entanglement shit got your asses fucked up. That's why. Break. I need a break.
That's fine. She's a little heated, but that's okay. Stick around. We're gonna get back to couples in crisis.
Welcome back. Hey guys, for all you just tuning in, just hit the rewind button, catch up. We're moving on to the next topic. As you all know, the first kind of made me mad, about to make me end up on Snap.
Okay. She's back though.
I'm back. And we want to talk to you guys about couples in crisis. Yes. So, it's all cute, it's all fun and games when social media gets into it. And they talk about entanglement. But what happens after the entanglement? What happens when your heart hurts so bad because the person you love or thought you loved devastates you? What happens next?
Share that experience with someone else that they share with you. That's where the pain comes from. But still, I mean, what are the options? You know, you can go to the bar with your friends, go hang out. That's a wonderful, normal option. But have you ever thought about deeper than that? Like, maybe you want to make it work. Maybe you want to forgive that person for what they did, and you want to have this relationship work. There's counseling. A lot of people reject it. A lot of people say, no, I don't want to talk to nobody. I'm fine. Talk to myself, me included. Maybe there were times where I should have taken a relationship counseling and worked better for myself during that time instead of taking it the hard way and learning on my own. We have that option. But when you get older, you don't really have that many friends. So you can't really say friends that much. But if you're blessed enough to have one or two good friends for more than 10 years, right, definitely reach out to that person.
Think about, I don't want to cut you off.
Oh, you're good.
Keep going with your.
I would say you could definitely reach out to that person. You can also reach out to, your parents, any relative or someone that's very close to you.
Or close to the situation.
And there's also a couple of hotlines as well out there if you just want someone to talk to, a therapist or anybody. Those are options, but the least option we want to do is make sure that you pick yourself up from it. You realize what went wrong. If it was you that's cheating or entangling, or was it you that was being cheated on or entangled on? However you want to pursue it, you need to still make sure that you are fine mentally and emotionally. Don't go into anything else being crazy because your emotions are still everywhere. It doesn't fix overnight, does it?
No, it does not.
It could take time. It could take a day, week, years. Sometimes it could take forever. You just don't get over it because you just won't let it go. But still, there are ways to handle it. And what other options are there for us?
You have the mental health hotline. You have AA groups. I watch a lot of out of the country networks as well, and people are talking about how they've been cheated on by their spouse, or they find out that their spouse left them for the same sex, and it devastates families. It devastates people, and even if you look at Kirk and Rashida from Love and Hip Hop, he went and had a whole baby on her, and when she said, y'all don't understand, it's that heartbreak. I'm like, how many people in America, men and women, have just been like, damn, I lost someone I love being stupid. Or, my heart is about to explode because I can't take the pain. We all been there once or twice.
Yeah, Elizabeth, I'm coming to see you.
Pretty much.
Listen, that's how it is.
Right.
The pain
it's
hurts.
no laughing matter. But we have to make jokes because this is Motivational Monday. And also, too, like we said at the beginning of this episode, opportunities, you have to make them. You have to make them. You have to create them. And if you create an opportunity to do better and you have built so much with someone, but I would never say go back to someone who cheated on you just because you have history with them. I would say let it be of your own heart, your own mind. Did you weigh out the pros and cons? You could go old school.
Self-reflect.
Yes, take a piece of paper. And also, one thing that we get caught up in is, oh, this person cheated, that person cheated. But it's a two-edged sword. What did you do? Or what didn't you do to help better the situation? Did your person try to talk to you? Did they not talk to you? Because it does go both ways.
some people are abusive physically about it after.
Exactly.
And that's where the problem is. Next thing you know, the cops are there, or let alone someone's dead.
Lorena Bobbitt.
Flat. But it's still, I mean, she kicked that thing across the street though.
She cut it off.
Wasn't he asleep?
Heartbroken.
Wasn't he asleep though?
Heartbroken.
He was asleep. She called him, punted it across the street. Should've just stayed home, bro. Hey, good advice.
So that also brings us to another statement and another topic: forgiveness. But the question becomes, can you really forgive
Honestly,
when your heart is broken? I know some people forgive because they have children, because they have this, they have that. They have all these excuses, or they say, we built up so much. You've built up so much, but internally, how are you feeling? Are you crumbling on the inside? Or are you happy and rejoicing like we made it?
there's the options, but still, you also have to think about, what did you guys build together? Was it a business? Was it emotional status? Was it a family? Or was it just a sexual lust that you guys had the whole entire time? You know, it depends on what you build with that person and in that relationship. Now, forgiveness, you also have to forgive what caused the entanglement, or the other person to step out on you, or you doing it. So it varies depending on your situation or how it is. We don't want for anybody to be sad or heartbroken, but we've been there. We've been there multiple times on different levels. So it happens, it hurts. It's natural human emotion. But that's why you have all these options for it, to reach out and make sure you don't do anything stupid.
Please don't. I've been through situations where I've just fell apart completely, like emotionally. Outside, to the outside world, everything was fine, but on the inside, you're boiling with anger, you're boiling with resentment, you're boiling with rage, and then when you come home at night, you cry in the dark. So it's just like, that is unstable. Like, because I've been through it and I've also came out of it stronger than ever, I understand that it was a little irrational, but at the time it felt right. Like, bust his head open, sis. I'm not telling nobody to I'm not telling nobody to promote violence, but I will say, like, it's what he said. You want to definitely be mindful of the long term effects, and don't just go off of emotions and feelings. Like my uncle used to tell me, don't let your feelings get you fucked up. You can go off and, what do they call it, a crime of passion?
Yes.
And get 2 years. But you're losing 2 years. What do you have? Are you losing time away from your family,
restarting everything,
your friends? Then you don't have that person to even take your anger out on when you come out. So it's just like you lose in the end. You have to be more mindful about it. You have to be more mindful. And with this pandemic, it's kind of making it a little hard. He touched base on it just a little bit before we went to break. I would like to discuss that topic. Divorce is on an all-time rise.
People can't, finding out now that, married to somebody for 2 weeks to 20 years, just can't do it. What is it about saying, what's the problem? I don't understand.
I don't know. I've never been married. But it is quite sad, being as though I've read reports like recently this week stating that this has been the most heightened unemployment since the Great Depression.
Yep.
And the little bit of being unified that couples are having, they can't even do it.
No.
And think about the singles that just had to stand on their own 2 feet. It's amazing. Like, what can't you do? What, them vows aren't good enough because the money isn't flowing anymore, or because that carpet of security has been just ripped under your feet. You thought you were going to be in it for the long haul. Well, if you signed up for the long haul, I'm not saying anyone that's in an abusive relationship. I'm saying if you are a couple that are just frustrated, irritated, you can't do what you used to do.
Probably annoyed about being around each other every single day.
Right.
And don't have that moment to step away. You understand, everybody gets sick of seeing each other, multiple days, but That's what you signed up for when you put that ban on.
If you feel that bad, put on a mask and take your ass outside.
Right. But please, please wear your mask.
Yeah.
They're begging us to. Even though if you don't believe in it, please wear your mask. That's a big concern.
A fabric mask.
Yes, fabric. We'll bring them on later. People that make them, that's fine. But back to forgiveness here. Do you believe that women forgive men easier or quicker? Or do you think, or my assumption is you save it for later?
Honestly.
Because you never want to get a woman to that okay point.
You're absolutely right.
So,
you're right about that. So you're right about that.
Is it saved for later or?
Now.
We screw when they go, okay.
Just no. It's not even just okay. You're screwed when we stop talking. If we shut down, and if we've been trying to talk and communicate, and then all of a sudden, it's like we just shut down. We might still have sex with you. We might still cook for you. We might still do all these things that we were doing, but emotionally we shut down.
It's over.
9 times out of 10, that's when it's over.
It's like a dude picking his PlayStation up and leaving. You know it's over. That's got it. He took his PlayStation home. Y'all relationship's done.
Pretty much. But
do women forgive? But do you save it for later?
I just told you, with a woman's cutting point off. The cutting point, when it's over. I just explained when it's over. When you shut down, you'll still do everything else. But when you shut down, it's a wrap. And I do believe, when I was younger, I believe women forgave men more easily. And to a certain extent, I found that to be true. But once and I'm about to tell some secrets, ladies. Make sure y'all listening.
I'm puckered up.
Once these men get older and it happens to them, all they feel is hurt. Their feelings are hurt. How could you betray me? But they'll take you back a lot quicker because they don't want to be alone. Codependency is something that I think that we don't talk about as much. And with therapy, even when we were talking about just going to see a therapist, get counseling, work through your issues, even now with the COVID going on, they still have televisits. You can actually speak to your therapist over the phone, you and your husband, you and your spouse, whoever that you're having an issue with, and really come to grips of what the real problem is. Get to the root of the problem. But yeah.
I mean, honestly, I know myself personally.
Once men hit a certain older age, they're more liable to take a woman back, especially if they're dealing with a younger woman. They'll take her back quicker. If they're dealing with someone their age, now I do hate to say this, but it is a double-edged sword. Someone their age, depending on if they built a legacy together, then it's just like, okay, well, fuck it, I'm gonna get you back. But with women, when we're young and naive, and we really don't know anything, and this is the only man that we know, or this is like our second or third love that we really love and we want to be there, we're going to stick with you through thick and thin, all the way to the end until you drag us through the mud, and then we can't take you no more. Either you're going to drag us through the mud or we're going to kill you. So.
But it's a lot of things that you have to forgive on the way to that, so that way you don't have to go through that situation. Or because I believe a lot of people hold on to something and don't forgive, and then bring it up later to keep the argument going. Well, you did this. Well, you did that. Well, you said this. Well, you said that. Oh, you liked that picture. You were snapping that person. You love that on Instagram. Everything is just this and that. There's no tit for tat, but there's no forgiveness. Are you going to self-reflect and forgive to create that opportunity to make it better? Or are you going to just say, oh, you did, I'm going to do it to you?
Now, I will say, forgiveness is key, because if you don't, you'll become bitter. Yeah. You hear the term, a lot of men, even all races, I've heard it from all races, she's a bitter bitch, or he's a bitter bitch. like bitterness. If you don't forgive, you will be full of resentment, and then you're gonna keep putting up walls to people that's really trying to be genuinely nice to you, get to know you, and it's like when I was younger, I did not understand when they say I have to forgive you for me, but until I lived that shit, honey, it was fuck you and your bald head grandpa. And then when my heart was through the ringer, it's like okay, I have to forgive, and once I forgave. The weight was just lifted off my shoulder.
You just didn't feel worried about it anymore.
Right. It was like, okay.
You're just like, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Done. I forgive. It's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
Look, create that opportunity for yourself. What we have planned for Wednesday? Coming up, we got, what the
fuck?
Wednesdays. So we're going to bring up some crazy topics, see what's really going on. We're not going to go much on a this and that level. We're going to go on what the
fuck Wednesday. And not only that, it's going to be a reminisce. Y'all know what the fuck we used to do back in the day. Mm-hmm.
Copy, paste. Oh, there's a music playlist now.
Chirp. Call me girl.
Flip, socket. Hey!
Don't call my phone until after 8 when my minute's free.
Or on weekends. And I can't text you more than 25 times a day because I ain't got free unlimited texting. Remember that?
Yes.
You actually ran out of mouth minutes then, but it's okay. Thanks again for tuning in with us. I'm your boy Pancho 312.
I'm your girl Miss J Pretty.
And we are Fuck With Us.
Make sure that y'all keep looking, tuning in, subscribing, and sharing. All our links will be below. Cheers.
Another fire one. How long?